What's up, guys? It's your boy Bro Cobra here, aka Magnetar, aka Dr. Hulk. We're gonna be doing some doctoring here because we got some enhancement changes sneak peek coming in. We also have the update or the, I guess, new event details coming out for this week as well. So let's just dive in. Some of the changes for Seller and Deception. Our major overhaul to the enhancement system. The changes are sweeping and are intended to do three major things, which should reduce player frustration. Reducing the star seed cost of the Master Enhancement Artisan and increase the ability to enhance items through rewards. Cool. Implementing a new system to prevent long streaks of failure in the common enhancement, and introducing new item which can be used to increase the success rate of enhancements. So we're just going to stop right here for a second, alright? And then we're going to go over to upcoming item reward changes. This is the main reason why I kind of wanted to hold off on reviewing it, because usually they do things a few days after. So, the part about them... So changing the Cersei cost and increasing the ability to enhance items through rewards. What they most likely mean here is the new item reward changes. So with Sauron's Deception launching in the coming weeks, many of the changes will be coming up. I'll post the link to this page as well, because it gives links for all the other things that have been coming out in the past month. All of their little reviews and stuff. So they're talking about the item changes today as well. So the changes we're making are intended to remove some of the stress from leveling up in Bless Unleashed, while reducing the needs for players to enhance their gear until they reach much higher levels, as well as providing additional means to earn enhancement materials for players of all levels. Once Sauron's Deception goes live, you'll start noticing that items in Bless Unleashed will begin to drop with higher enhancement levels than previously. So that means that your levels are going to be higher. We might even get epic or legendary stuff, depending. So I would imagine past 35, past 36, you're going to start seeing more legendary stuff, because there's a chance of getting it within the abyssal chests. It's just a very low chance. So then, until players... So, Bless Unleashed will begin to drop the higher enhancement levels than previously until players reach the gear score expected to be had by characters of level 31. So level 31 is going to be one of their soft cutoffs, and then I would imagine that higher than that, you'll probably have a higher rate for epic gear. These rewards can be enhanced further by the Common Enhancement and Master Enhancement Artisans if players desire. However, as more powerful rewards is given out, we will also be allowing players to receive rewards for all classes, and not just for their own class. That means dungeons will not give you the very specific items that you were planning on getting. You know what that means, right? We should open up all of our boxes right now, because I've been working on a spreadsheet for a while now, trying to get all the information for each of the tests, but apparently that's not going to matter anymore. So, all that work. Good shit. Anyway, so you can get items from any class now, or at least when Sauron's Deception comes out. We are expecting these changes to decrease the difficulty of Bless Unleashed prior to level 32. In addition, players will also be able to salvage costume cards at the Soul Pyre, however you want to pronounce it. Players can find high-grade items when salvaging costume cards, including artifact cores, patron sigils, and even embers of the Patreon. Cool. Don't know what those are. Or do we? Only costume cards can be recovered in this way. Mounts in any card form may not be salvaged that way. Also, registering costumes, like the ones from the Founders and Warlords package, can't be salvaged. So they made sure to keep those freebies away from people. We'll be back next week with upcoming stuff for Sauron's Deception. So, those items are also going to be explained in here. So that's why we took a little detour, because I wanted to show you some of the new item rewards that correspond with what we're getting. So to begin with, we're removing the unlicensed enhancement specialist. That means that bro that some people just don't know about. They're in the one town that you can be in if you have notoriety. And he may return in another way at some point, but his services will no longer be required as of this update. We are also reducing the cost of the Master Enhancement Artisan, introducing a new item to help boost enhancement success, and adding in a system to prevent failure streaks from going on too long. The Master Enhancement Artisan is perhaps undergoing the most significant set of changes. The Master Enhancement Artisan, let's say that 25 more times, will no longer be accepting fortification stones. Oh, snap! Instead, he will be making use of 2 new sigils, Patreon's weapon and armor fortification sigils. Players will be able to find them in dungeons, crusades, as well as rewards for completing and participating in forms of the endgame content. Ooh. New endgame content, you mean? Some stuff's coming out. Sigils are divided into 3 ranks, much like fortification stones, but instead of grades, sigils will operate in tiers that are available in C, B, and A tiers. We are also reducing the starseed cost of the Master Enhancement Artisan by 70%. So, my Mythic +0 sword, or Mythic +1 axe, they cost about like 1 to 120. Star seeds just to level up, or try to level up once. So then that means that we're going to go down to like 30 to 44. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's like back in the day when you were trying to level up your birch composite bow. So anyway, players will soon be able to find a new item called Ember of Patreon. Oh, there's that word! There's that item that we were talking about. The very rare Ember of Patreon can be used to increase the chance of success when enhancing your gear. So that's stuff that you get from breaking down those costumes. That's it. And can be used at both the Common and Master Enhancement Artisans. Finally, a Streak Breaker will be added specifically for the Common Enhancement Specialists, not for the Master. This will apply a small bonus success rate every time an enhancement is failed. I'm not really sure. I don't think they go into depth on how many it's going to be, and they're probably going to keep that well guarded for a while, so we're probably not going to get that specific number, but there is going to be a time when it's going to shut off. This will apply a small amount of bonus success rate every time an enhancement is failed. Good, good. That's what a lot of people have been calling for. Once an enhancement is successful, the bonus rate will reset. The amount of bonus applied will differ based on the grade of the enhancement being attempted. To be very clear, the system is not present on the Master Enhancement Artisan. So, they list it here specifically for Common Enhancement, and then they also reiterate, just to make sure that no one's not reading this correctly, which is good for them. Sometimes they don't reiterate their point, and it can get lost in a lot of conversation. So, to be very clear, this system is not in Master Enhancement. The development team hopes that players will attempt to enhance unwanted gear to a certain point in order to both generate artifact cores instead of... Okay, yeah, sorry, I got lost. I was like, So these are the two options. To both generate artifact cores instead of artifact shards, and also to work success rate bonuses up to a point high enough that will feel comfortable attempting to enhance their gear on common enhancement specialists. The intended goal of the system is to allow players to both generate more of the much needed artifact cores and help ease the difficulty involved with enhancing high-end gear. So basically what they're saying is that your artifact shards are going to be used so that you can attempt to enhance some of your weaker items so that you can eventually get cores. And then they're also going to be used as scapegoats so that you can get your success rate higher and higher and higher. That way when you want to go to a gear that you really want to be leveling up, you know, after 3 fails on your scapegoat piece, then you move back to this one, and then bam, you'll have a better success rate. I feel like this method is, or at least when I first heard about this, I thought that it was going to be like, you know, the new way to kind of cheat the system, but they're actually advising that you do that. So what they're essentially doing now is they're making artifact shards more useful in the way that they're going to be used for like green gear and stuff to try to get the success rate up. But I mean, I hardly notice ever common enhancement failing at green. So for them to suggest this seems kind of off. Like, it feels like we're going to be using this on, like, epic gear, because that's where, like, the success rate starts to drop, or even legendary gear, just to get the success rate higher for the equipment that we really want. I don't know if this, as implemented like this, is going to pay off, but we'll test and see it when it comes out, and we'll see if it's better or worse. And then they just say that they'll be back next week for whatever. Last up are the release notes for this week. It looks like we're going to keep all of this stuff. So double taming success rate, double drop rate of treasure maps outside of Cars Core, double the amount of gold drops when defeating a named monster, 4 times normal drop rate for estate worker contracts in the world. I should probably keep this. It might flood the market a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the contracts are way too expensive. Like, they're going for like 200-300k, and it's just ridiculous, especially since it's only like 10k to get them in. So so then the new event that's going to be taking place when we come back in 6 minutes is going to be 30% discount on all purchases for limited merchants, Daily World Outlaw. So this means that it's going to be for the can't think of the name. The guy who sells the keys. Smuggling merchant. There we go. Smuggling merchant. So smuggling merchant, the limited merchant that you find in most places, and then the outlaw, which is in the outlaw town that you can have notorious and be in, or not notorious, but notoriety and be in. It's also the same place as the unlicensed merchant, or the unlicensed enhancement guy. There's also another limited merchant there that does 10% extra to the price, but it's just another limited merchant, so it's basically just the same thing as the dealing ones. So you could potentially buy 2 unbinding scrolls a day, or you could buy 6 identifying rune scrolls. But yeah, so 30% off with all of those. So we're getting a bit of a discount, 20% off all purchases at the Union shop, and then 80% on the resetting of the Union quests, which means that, hey, 4,000 star seeds is awesome for tons more experience. So if you wanted to level up, this would be a good way to do it. Complete whatever union quest you can, then reset it for the 4,000. It is going to say 20,000, and they know of this issue, but just know that when you are clicking on it after the update is put in, that it's going to be for 4,000 star seeds. I believe I've shown that on stream before, but just to reiterate that they do know about it, but don't worry, they're not going to take 20k. If you want to be really sure, take a picture before and after. And then if there is an issue, you can make a ticket, but I highly doubt that it's going to happen because they're knowledgeable of it and they know that the actual amount is going to be 4,000. I guess that they are just prioritizing the Siren's Deception instead of changing this one piece of text. Yeah. So anyway, that's it for this week. We might get more information coming up, but I think I'm just going to keep it to Tuesdays. That way we can get the release or patch notes every week as well as whatever's just happened. So I'm going to continue this format for a while, and with any other news, I'll probably share my ideas and thoughts on stream, so you can definitely follow me and even subscribe to me at Twitch for bro_Cobra. I'm also on Twitter, bro_Cobra, and Facebook, bro_Cobra. You can also catch me and subscribe me here if you want to see more of the videos, and then just click that notification button so you get a loud shout the next time I post a video. Alright? Because the next one that we're going to be doing is probably the marketing video. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about the market, how to manipulate it, how to work with it, ride the wave, do all that stuff, stay tuned. I should be able to post that within the next couple days. It's pretty informational. I've had one of my friends look at it and they're like, wow, dude, that's like a ton of fucking information. I'm like, you're welcome.
I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever say
Okay,
that? I mean,
I see what's happening, yeah. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how you feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change. Open your eyes, let's begin.
Oh, it works.
Yes, it's really me, it's Maui, breathe it in. I know it's a lot, the hair, the bod. When you're staring at a demigod,
What can I say except you're welcome? It's okay, you're welcome. So this is the unlicensed Enhancement Equipment Specialist, right, Cha? Alright, put that there. Go out. It's right in the Padana Ruins area. And thank you! But yeah, the other thing I wanted to show you guys, excuse me, before I go, because I noticed that I didn't put it in the video, so we're just going to put it in right here, is the other limited time merchant.
Fuck up. You can never
So he might be a little bit bugged out, but after the update went through, I checked. So yeah, so the artifact cores are actually not at a 10% increase. So they're actually normal. So if this is one of the things that you normally pick up and take, then you can definitely do that now. It's only 210 for 600 cores, which means that it's going to be... Let's get our handy dandy calculator. That it's going to be 210 divided by 300, because we're comparing to a gold jar, right? So it's 70% of what a gold jar is. So then we multiply that by 60,000 seeds, which equals 42,000. Or what we could do is we could do divided by 1 million. Then multiply that by, we'll say, 100k which is 21,000 for 600 cores. It's not worth it. Even at the discounted prices, don't get cores with gold unless you absolutely have to. But I mean, you're just wasting star seeds at that point. But as you can see, the unbinding scrolls are a little bit more. The rune scrying scrolls are also a little bit more, but you can get them extra over here. So if you wanted to get more than one and you didn't have alts, or you didn't have enough seeds on your alts and you only had your main, this is where this guy's at. So yeah, so that's about it. Until next week, or until I see you guys on stream, go in peace, brah. Also, just as a side note,
Welcome, and thank you.